Hello, and welcome to me turning on the music because it wasn't on just a second ago. And turning down the volume because it's really loud in my ear right now. But let's go to challenge. So this match, let me explain what I want to do real quick. I'm playing with that Amber deck that I had up. The Dark Prophecies Amber Rain deck. And I wanted to go over... So I've been thinking recently about changes I could make to that deck. And I kind of want to talk about why I think some of the cards aren't great. Even though I did get to 300 with that deck. I went from like 270 to 300 with this Amber Rain deck. But I think it could be a lot better. And the game's changed a little bit since that video. So I kind of want to talk about what problems and issues are in this deck and what needs to be changed. We're playing against a really fat Elementalist, 98 cards. That's interesting. So I do get 2 Blood Frenzies right off the bat, so let's just throw away one of those and end my turn. And I don't know if I'm just gonna go into talking about the cards. We'll talk about them when I get them. But I can tell you the one card that should probably be removed is the Countess Rasmina, which I have in the deck. And this Wild Beserker might be another. Let's Santa Bomb because might as well. Elementalist might have attachments. I don't like getting rid of it. Let's get rid of the Aeon because just he's my highest cost card right now. We're in a Santa Bomb and end my turn. We'll see what he does. The big deck's kind of weird. I haven't been playing against a lot of, so hopefully we'll see. Hopefully I can get through this match, okay then, because he's not. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I always lose against these decks because they like always have just the right card. It's like, oh, you have this counter, perfect and stuff. I don't know. Let's get out Blood Frenzy. I like to get out Blood Frenzy turn 3 if you didn't know. All warriors turn 3. Which means I'm not usually very heavy on 3cc allies in a warrior deck. From the standpoint of, they're maybe helpful late game. Which is, why I have the Priest of Light in here. So I like Jasmine here better for 2 reasons. One, because I like playing Blood Frenzy turn 3 instead of an ally. Jasmine, in my opinion, is a lot more helpful late game than the Priest of Light is. We're just going to get rid of this Countess. Oh, I shouldn't have done that probably. Well, that's fine. Too late. So that, and also, okay, so let's say I don't get a Blood Frenzy and I get a Jasmine turn 3. So I play Jasmine turn 3. I get a Jeweler's Dream, play that turn 4. Then I come in and attack the hero or whatever. Then I'll have 2 resources to use Jasmine's ability. Which I think is a good combo that isn't in this deck. But I think it's a great combo. So that's that. And we can talk about Countess Rasmina for a second. She's in this deck, because I needed some item destruction. I needed a 2cc drop. And I thought, oh, I'll just have 1 of each. I'll have item destruction and the turn whatever drop kind of wrapped into 1. But I don't think she works really well at all. And the reason being is, okay, let me think for a second. And we're gonna get rid of this Artful Squire. Play both Priest of Light because I'll be able to. We'll just go for the hero again. But the Countess Rasmina, it's retreating the opponent's whatever just back to their hand. I don't think is worth the, whatever. Like, I'd rather have Smashing Blow in the deck to just destroy it. And plus, you can use Smashing Blows on armor, and Rasmina doesn't do anything versus armor. So if you're playing against, like, maybe a Zana deck and she's got King's Pride, you're just screwed. Like, what are you going to do against that King's Pride? Nothing. You have no card in your deck to really fight it. But if you have a Smashing Blow, then you can get rid of it. Easy peasy. So that's a problem, I'd say, right there. He plays the Infernal Gargoyle. He's probably going to pump up the Infernal Gargoyle. Okay. you know, another thing is I do have retreats in this deck, which I think would help against the elementalists, but and I get whatever. So let's get rid of this. Ooh, what should we get rid of? Let's get rid of this guy, the Spectral Sabre. I don't know if that's going to be helpful. Let's retreat one of these guys. Let's retreat. I don't know if it really matters. Let's retreat Keldor. I'll try and make like an informed decision. Let's do that. Let's attack just the hero here. And let's just throw out a Jeweler's Dream because I can. And end my turn. So, you know, okay, so those are the issues I have with Countess Rasmina. You know, I don't really like Priest Delight. I don't really like the Priest Delight in general. You know, I keep playing with them because I see him use in other decks and go, man, that was frustrating. I just think Jasmine's a better turn 3 drop. The only time, now I haven't played a lot with Lance, but I can see him being better in a Lance deck because you can haste them, and especially if you pair him up with that Viscount's Orders, or whatever it's called, Viscount's Orders, and you just keep retreating them and playing them, so your opponent just keeps losing shadow energy and you keep gaining 1 health. I think that works much, much better. But, you know, I don't find it very helpful in many other decks, I will say. And he does play that Keldor again. We are going to throw away the Blood Frenzy. I'm not too worried about that. And we will play... I don't know. Let's attack the... Oh, well, let's use my ability on this Jeweler's Dream real quick. And let's attack the something. Keldor. And let's kill the Keldor with the Priest Delight. And let's bring out this other Priest Delight. Which is going to be... And that's about all we can do. So, right. Priest Delight. You know, the other thing is I do have 2 Spectral Sabres. Which I love Spectral Sabre. I do. But, you know, not many people are using as many attachments as they were back when I was using that deck. So it's maybe not as helpful as a card. I don't know if I'd want to have one against maybe a solo Dark Claw with a Lone Wolf and a Speed Strike and stuff, but you know, I don't know. So let's just skip here. Let's go straight for the throat, I guess. Ooh, I maybe could have sacrificed a card. That might have been helpful. But let's play the Wild Beserker and whatever, and hope he doesn't have an energy discharge, I guess. Let's go for him again. But yeah, so, you know, and okay, the other thing, did I mention? Okay, Wild Beserker, you know, he only has 4. See, sometimes I get confused because I do multiples of the matches, and I get confused what I said this one and what I said last one. So if I repeat stuff, I'm sorry. But this Wild Beserker, you know, he's okay, but I really like the Earthen Protector Aeon kind of combo. I like that, I think, a lot more than having Wild Beserker. And the reason being, I would say, is because he has haste, which is nice, but you have weapons in your deck. So if you really need to do a quick 3 or 4 damage, you have weapons. And weapons are kind of like hasted allies in a way, especially with Amber. So I don't know if the Wild Beserker is as helpful as it could be. I think having just more health and more durability, so even maybe an Armored Sandworm, you know, I don't know. I think maybe any 5cc ally might be better than he is in this deck, in an Amber deck. Now in a Boris deck, that might be different. But let's look at the deck just real quick because that was such a short match. It was kind of boring, I know, but whatever. So let's look. So I talked about the Priest of Light. I like Aeon over Gunther here. I think Protector works wonders and such. 2 Enrages, I think that's good. Obviously, we're going to have Crippling Blows and Blood Frenzies. I think Bad Santa is good because you really need a card if you don't get that Blood Frenzy to still get draw. You know, so maybe I could push that down to 2, but who really cares? Now, I do have... Ooh, you know what I could do? So here's my deck. But I'll have the deck list in the description. I have 3 Spectral Sabres in this deck. I did not know that. I thought I had 2. But what I think I'm going to do, okay, so I'm going to take this deck, and I'm going to spend a lot of time. So this deck was a good deck, but I think it could be improved. I don't know. I just don't think the cards are working together as well as they could be. So I want to kind of sit down and look at... I mean, not in a video. I'm going to do it by myself, but then I'll make a deck, and the next match will be the updated Amber Rain deck with, you know, what I'm thinking works better, and I'll explain why. But Spectral Sabre, you know, I don't think attachments, you know, I just don't know if that's as helpful as not. The other things I want to mention is I like Lily Rose Cult in this kind of deck. I like just being able to control getting back Jeweler's Dream. And that's kind of another reason why I'd want to get rid of Spectral Sabre. It's mainly because... Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of other stuff. It's mainly because then I'll only have 1 item. It's not like, oh, I play Jeweler's Dream, then I play Spectral Sabre, and then I have a Lily Rose Cult, and then I play that, and I get the Spectral Sabre back. It's like, I want the Jeweler's Dream. So, you know, that would be one reason why, if I have Lily in this deck, I'm only going to want to have 1 item, so I'm more certain of which ally I'm getting back. Because then you don't have to make as many decisions. That's always a good thing. The Artful Squire, you know, he's just not doing it for me. That's the other card we didn't get. I feel like every time I play with this deck, I'm just sacrificing him. Like, some very rare times, I'm able to get rid of, like, a ill-gotten gains. Maybe, if I think about it. But, you know, I'm so much more concerned with getting out a weapon turn 4 rather than Artful Squire. And so I end up sacrificing him to get out the Jeweler's Dream or whatnot. But those are my thoughts on the deck as of right now. So it was good at a point. Man, I was winning like every game with this deck. But, you know, now I'm looking at it and I just don't think it's there. I mean, there's issues. Okay, I guess the word I'm looking for is there's not as much synergy. A lot of the cards don't work as well together as they could be. Like, I think having Lily Rose Cult and then Jeweler's Dream works a lot better. I think if you're gonna have Aeon, man, I really think having Earthen Protector, especially in this Amber deck, works really well. You know, but then it's like, then I feel bad because I'm not putting any Dark Prophecies cards in the deck. It's like, yeah, I don't... The only other card that I wanted to maybe consider adding, even though I don't think I'm going to do it, maybe I'll build a second Amber deck because they updated the whatever. If you know, this is actually version 2.0, and they did come out with 2.01, which has whatever. Where am I trying to find this card? Where is this guy? Okay, so it's the old thing, so I can't make 2 decks right now, but, well, I can, but it's on my phone, but I can't show it to you. So, hopefully that'll release for the Mac thing. But the only card I wanted to kind of take a more closer look at is Stalwart Battleguard. You know, I was thinking, okay, Amber is going to be more weapon-oriented, right? So he might be really helpful in an Amber deck. Because you're playing weapons, right? You're playing more weapons, so he has more of a chance to being alone if you take out your allies and focus more on weapons in your deck. Am I true? Write a comment. Have you played with Stalwart Battleguard? I mean, what hero is he best for? I mean, he doesn't feel... I see him in Boris decks, but, like, Boris? Really? I feel like he'd be better in Amber or Logan. Ooh, you know what? I bet he's great in a Logan Stonebreaker deck, huh? Yeah. Maybe we'll play around with that idea in another episode. But thanks for watching. Tune in to the next video. The next video should be the Amber Rain deck, and it'll be updated. And we can talk about what changes I make and what cards I have in that deck and why I put them in the deck. But thanks for watching. As always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.